Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Q&A channel. We are back for a quarterfinal of the Cape Town Sevens Samoa versus Argentina. Going to be an exciting game. We have just seen New Zealand qualified for the semis. They were going head-to-head with Uruguay. Got themselves a nice win there. We can see a little bit of rain falling Cape Town at the moment, which means that ball will be slippery. Think in some regards that will slightly benefit Argentina. But looking through at the starting lineups of both of these sides. First of all, we will start with Samoa. They are going to be as follows. It is Valvasa Afasua added to that starting side. Now, he is actually a player who hasn't been in the starting lineup throughout the rest of this Cape Town Sevens campaign. Va'a Pilomaleko, Yuna Sione, Tuna Tuitama, Paul Eti Slater, Paul Scanlon, and Fa'afoi Falaniko. So a lot of strength there for the Manu Samoan boys, and they'll be hoping to walk away with the victory. Looking at Argentina's lineup, Rodrigo Isgro came off the bench in the last game. Graziano, also Fraga, Usachuk, Tobias Wade, Lavayin, and also Rosetto. So interestingly enough, deciding to go with Hermaine Schultz off the bench rather than in that starting side. But looking through at how these two sides got to this point, both sides actually coming off a loss in pool play. First of all, though, Samoa, they got themselves to win over Uruguay, 21 points to 10 in their opening game of the Cape Town Sevens. Then from there, they won up against Japan, 45 points to 0. A very solid win. But then that third game came along, losing to Ireland, 21 points to 14. There were a lot of mistakes in that game from Samoa that they'll be looking to improve on heading into this game. As this one now, it is do or die. You need to win this if you want a chance taking out the Cape Town Sevens title, and that is exactly what both of these sides want. We have got there. What time does it start, Manu? Let's go. So it is kicking off at only 3 minutes' time. As soon as it does, we'll be starting that live commentary, looking through at Argentina's previous results. Started off with their game up against the Kenyans, able to win it 19 points to 5, similar to Samoa in their second fixture. They were able to score a lot of points, but not concede a single one in their matchup. 26 points to 0 over the Spanish, and that's a pretty good win, seeing as Spain were actually a side that beat New Zealand just a little bit earlier in the contest, and then they had their game up against the Kiwis, 21 points to 15, win for New Zealand. So Argentina also find themselves coming off the match, or coming off the loss, I should say. And can I see the match here? Sadly, not due to licensing and copyright. We're unable to show match footage or audio, or else they do take us straight off YouTube with a copyright strike. But I can recommend the World 7 Series website as one of the options. And you may be able to catch it depending on whereabouts you are in the world. We need Milani back. Says Salanium, then hello, Kiwi lads. At last, I can enjoy some rugby now. Thanks, Hamish. You're super fantastic. Says Ruth. And also, I'm ready for action. Let's see what Samoa can do against Argentina. There's always a chance of an upset. Hello again, Hamish. Says Selenium. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Looking at the benches, probably one of the keys for both of these sides is getting those substitutions right. Moto Opitai, Levi Milford, Nuolevaya, Letufia, a man who I thought might have been in the starting lineup. He was one of my key players in my preview that I did. And then Owen Nui, Steve Onisai available as well for the Samoans. So quite a strong bench. I don't believe they can use all of those players, but they may go with at least a few of them throughout the stages of this match. Then off the bench for Argentina, Luna, Hermaine Schultz, Santiago Verafeld, Pelandini, and also Muli Nuevu as the last man there. So now the two sides make their way out of the tunnel, just about to get underway for this second quarterfinal fixture. Now, the winner of this game, I'm just going to have a quick look, but I believe they would go on to face New Zealand in the semi-final. I could be wrong with that statement. I hope I'm not. But we'll have a quick look, see how it will be sitting. But currently, Uruguay, like I mentioned, they were able to get themselves a victory over them in the first round. The Samoans will be looking to make it their third win of the Cape Town Sevens. Some great sides still in play in this competition. In the other side of the draw, you have got USA versus Fiji. That will be the next game that we're covering. And then the last match of the day, it is South Africa taking on Great Britain. That will be kicking off in pretty much exactly an hour. And go to Usos, says Nazi Williams. This is going to be a tough game for Samoa, though. And who's our captain, please, Hamish? It is a split captaincy between Valvasa Afasua and Va'a Apelo Maliko. So they've stuck with the same co-captains. It's just they haven't got Malani Matavao as the third. But it will be Whananiko about to kick off this one for the Samoans. And we are underway for the quarterfinal of the Cape Town Sevens. Nicely taken by Argentina. Rodrigo Isro wrestled down. He actually got himself a yellow card, I believe, in the last match up against New Zealand. Now trying to break through was the youngster Tobias Wade. Goes short side. Looking forward to seeing when Humaine Schultz makes his way out onto the park, and straight away Samoa get themselves a quick tap. Falaneko. It's a penalty against the Argentines, and now Va'a Apelo Maliko. He tries to stretch out for the try. I don't believe he was able to get there. I believe he's in touch instead, but a good early chance for the Samoans after the mistake from Argentina. Try, yes or no, please. I believe on-field decision would be no try. He gets nice and low. Apelo Maliko. And into touch. Although to an extent, you'd have to say there wasn't a real tackle attempt from the Los Pumas player. Instead, he was kicked into touch. But instead, there's now going to be a line out 5 meters out from their own line here for Argentina. Afasua and Maliko as captains. Nice. Let's go, boys. Amalosis Manu, says Salanium. Lavayen. Samoa into their first quarter final since 2013. So if they can make even more history by getting past this quarterfinal stage, that would definitely impress them. Going off to the right-hand side now, the quick hands, big shot put on by Falaneko. Argentina 1 meter from their line now, trying to decide what the plan is. It looks like it was going to be a kick. It's actually the penalty to Argentina. Samoa jumping the gun a little bit, went a bit quick, and got themselves offside. So a massive pressure reliever there. Argentina, they will take their time taking this kick. Okay, he was actually testing out what way the wind was blowing with a bit of grass, bit of old school. It's been kicked into touch. And the wind has been picking up a little bit more recently. Same with the rain. Good shot from Falaneko, though, when he got the shot on the young Argentine Rosetto. Now, line out throw. Argentina have won 5 out of 6 final matches in South Africa for their quarterfinal matchup. So that is pretty impressive. Nice jump on that one from Vavasafasua. Just has a bit more fight in him than the Puma did. And now Falaneko kicked him behind, running onto it now for Samoa. Tapped ahead. Motuopita. In fact, it's Tui Hama who's able to score it. And this is his first competition for the Samoans, making the most of the opportunity there for the youngster Tuna Tuitama. Now after 2 minutes, it is the first try of the match for the Samoans, but it was a good kick in behind from Falaneko. Hasn't been in the starting lineup too often throughout the Sevens competition, but boy, he is having an impact in this quarterfinal fixture. Waiting for that ball there. Tries to slam it down. Was there a slight knock on there? Could have been, but they have said it's fine. And Tuitama does score that first try of the match. The kick is successful. Just going to have a quick look. So this is quarterfinal number 2. So quarterfinal. Oh, okay. Quarterfinal 2 winner will face quarterfinal 4's winner. So there's a chance that we could see Samoa versus the winner of South Africa versus Great Britain. New Zealand versus Samoa could be the final. And New Zealand versus Fiji could be a matchup we see as a semi-final. Passes forward from the Samoans. From the Argentines there. Tobias Wade gets it slightly wrong. There's going to be some fun matchups coming up in the near future, ladies and gentlemen, by the looks of it. No matter who goes through on this contest, the other side still gets a play on. Believe they will be going head-to-head with the loser of the first match, which would be the loser of South Africa, Great Britain. Scanlon about to feed the ball in for the scrum. 3.5 minutes left of the first half. Samoa, they'll be looking for a big push here once that ball's in, and it's nicely claimed by Scanlon off the back. Going off to the left-hand side. Falaneko was almost a cut-out pass. Almost intercepted, but Tuitama once again will score again. 2 tries for the youngster. And that is certainly going to be helping Samoa towards a possible semi-final spot now. 5th try in Cape Town. Gets the wide pass from Falaneko. Now, that had to be a perfect pass, because if it was wrong, Rossetto would have intercepted it and he could have run the length of the field and scored for Argentina. But instead, Tuitama went over the top of the defending of the Argentines and they reap the rewards here, Samoa. And yesterday, 12 points to nil. It's going to be a tough kick to come, though. Right from the touchline. Looks like it's got the distance, not quite the accuracy, just away to the right. Amish, is your prediction wrong? Says Tautala, more than likely. But that is actually why I gave a wrong prediction. Because I know that anytime I've backed Samoa in a quarterfinal, they have lost their matchup. So I decided I'd back the Pumas this time, not because I thought they were going to win, but because I knew if I did, Samoa would have a better chance. A little bit of reverse psychology. Still, Argentina, they are a tough side. They'll still be getting relatively close in this matchup, I would think. Now a nice run forward from the youngster Rossetto. Good pressure in the breakdown from Sioni, unable to reach over the top, though, the way that he did, and that will be another penalty to Argentina. Nice Manu focus. Keep the pressure on, boys. Says Selenium. Only 100 seconds left of this quarterfinal. Argentina have lost their past 4 quarterfinals, so that's a stat that they won't want to see too many times throughout this competition. Samoa, like I mentioned earlier on, this is the first time since 2013 they've actually been in a quarterfinal in South Africa. Hoping to make the absolute most of it. Though Shen throws the ball in for Los Pumas Sevens. Now good attack and run up the middle. Tobias Wade, tackled by Valwasa Faso around the side of the breakdown. It is Graziano. Now nice pass on the outside. Rossetto again gets his hands on the ball. It's been a very hectic one for Emilion. I've never underestimated Argentina. They're tough as nails. Let's go, Manu. CS Selenim, and also we have got the revelation in the chat as well. I hope you are doing well. 45 seconds left. Argentina willing to slow this one down a little bit more. 12 points behind. They feel they've got possibly a try in them before the end of this first half. Next game will be kicking off at 7:35, ladies and gentlemen. That will be an exciting contest taking place between USA and Fiji. Could be another game that could go down to the wire. Line out throw now for Argentina, about to go in. They say to go over the top, and that's what they've done. Was it straight enough? The referee says yes. Now Argentina inside of the 22, running sideways. Tobias Wade turning the defense inside out, but he wasn't quite able to go through. Now Rodrigo is throw, goes over the line, scores the first try of the match for Los Pumas, and they'll be back into it heading into the second half now. His first try of the Cape Town Sevens, chose the right time to score it right at the end of the first half. Now it's getting a little bit closer. I should also mention for Argentina, they are missing some big players. They're missing Marcos Maneta, Gaston Ravo, Luciano Gonzalez, all missing in this matchup. But players that Samoa are missing, the big man Malani Matavao, a player who they didn't want to have out. That's a shocking drop kick attempt. It's almost rolled to the goal line. But that will be the end of the half. 12 points to Samoa, 5 to Argentina. Ronaldo out after Neymar. So Morocco getting themselves the victory over Portugal then. And also get another try. Manu says Salanium, and also Morning Hamish, what's up, cuz? And really, we're missing out Malani too. They are indeed. Malani Matavao not here for this one. He is injured. And yet Portugal lost to Morocco. Was it also a penalty shootout? Tal, do let me know. And did it convert? It did not. Way out to the left-hand side. I would say probably about as badly as he could have struck it, which sounds bad to say, but it did not go anywhere near where he wanted it to. England versus France, that will be also starting for the FIFA World Cup in the near future. Yeah, 1-0 for Morocco. I do see. Go Morocco, bring it home. There's the revelation so far. 2 tries for the Samoa, 3 visits to the opposition, 22, whereas Argentina, they have only had 1-1. Every time they've made their way into that 22 mark, they've been able to score. Argentina yet to make a tackle in this match, though. There's an interesting one. It wasn't a penalty shootout. In relief, it didn't. Says Selenium. So, yeah, still the 7 points difference. Samoa still up, and it looks like Brian Lima's trying to fire up his side and say, right, boys, you go out there, put everything into this contest because that's all we can do at this point. We want to get through to the semi-finals. Let's see how we can do it. And on they go. England says revelation. Now, Ninth ranked Samoa head to head with 8th ranked Argentina. Someone's going to lose in this matchup, unfortunately. There's a chance it could go to golden point. We've seen it happen many times in the past for Argentina. Actually, one of the most common sites to go to the golden point mark. They're kicked off now by Argentina, short by Lavien. Nice work there. Being able to keep Paul Eddie Slater from flipping on his head. Falanico joins the breakdown and Samoa in position early on in the second half. Tuitama, the double try scorer, he might be looking for a hat trick later on, but first Paul Scanlon loses his footing, gives it off to Unisioni. Oh, okay. Penalty actually against Argentina for a player not getting back to his feet before making the tackle. Nice offload on the outside. Boy, they have numbers, but Tuitama first decides to cut back on his inside. Falanico now, up to the 22 for Samoa, back across to the right-hand side. The Va'a Apelo Maleko goes for the chip and chase. Might have a bit too much on it, he does. And it goes into touch. He's disappointed, definitely, because in that scenario, I think ball would have been a man. Just keep it going wide. But instead, decided to go for the risk and reward, something that we've seen from Samoa in playoff games in the past. They try little things that they shouldn't, and it does normally end up costing them the match. We saw it in the last tournament when they decided to quick tap from 5 meters out from their own line. Gave away a penalty, opposition scored, and it was done for the Samoans. Although they get that ball, Paul Scanlon, great pickup from him, scores the try. And then just, no, jokes. There's Nazi Williams there. Go, boys, you got this, says Jason, and let's get it. Samoa says, Nate, I'm supporting England today, says Sanatane. And the football, and nice, says Nate. So it will give them a slightly bigger lead. Going to be a very tough kick, although from what we've seen, seems like Paul Eti Slater, he's striking the ball very well. It's just the accuracy side that he's going to have to make sure he gets right. And yes, Manu, says Selenium. Gets the hug from Unisioni, who smacks him right on the nose. And that one is just short. Had the accuracy, not quite the distance. Samoa are on fire, says Tao. Yeah, I feel they had their rough game up against Ireland in the pool stage, and now they've been able to learn from a few of those mistakes, making the absolute most of the opportunity, and they should be going through to the semi-final. Now, we're still early on in the match. 5 minutes remain. Va'a Pilomaleko knocks that ball on. That's a high shot there, coming in from distance. So the Argentine player is going to stay down for a little bit longer. Realised the referee wasn't given a penalty. Gets back up to his feet now. Wasn't giving anything more than a penalty, I should say. 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Argentina once again kicked this one into touch. Lafayette said Samoa too good. They've been looking extremely strong throughout this contest. Although Argentina, if they score now and convert, they're right back in the contest. We've seen them score late before. This game may be no different. Samoa cannot take their guard down. Lavien once again with the line out throw. Nicely taken at the front. Argentina 40 meters away. Tobias Wade runs it straight sideways. Uzachuk now offloads. Believe Hermaine Schultz won't be too far away from making his way out onto the field, trying to go for the grubber. I don't think he even kicked that one. It's going to be the knock on. Samoa now have the scrum. And let's get a win for Christmas, please, Manu, says Selenium. Oh, little bit of push and shove there between Rodrigo Isgro and Va'a Pilomaleko. They're still having a chat. The referee's having a stand in between them. I think the scrum's going to be aggressive here because both of them are in the front rows. And Billy Slater too quick out there, says Nate. Now, Letufia about to feed the ball in for Samoa. Recently making his way out onto the park. He was one of my key players, I said, throughout my preview. And exactly, Manakani's up. Focus, boys, for Amalosi. And there's now the ball's gone in. Letufia goes across, kicked him behind by Samoa. Slightly different tactic. It's going to be a tough one to chase after. Argentina wait for the awkward bounce. Gets the pass away. And now Argentina, Hurston down the wing. Yeah, plenty of pace on show. And he's going to make it. Braga scores the try. The kick downfield from Samoa was the mistake. And now they've been able to get themselves the second try of the match, his sixth of the tournament, the Augustin Fraga. Like I mentioned, Samoa, they make those little mistakes that then can cost them a game. That was not the time to be kicking downfield. Definitely not when they weren't able to chase it effectively. I think Argentina will win the FIFA World Cup. England says a revelation and no fighting just plays, says Salania, but it's a try for Fraga. And now Argentina, they are within the 7 points. If this kick goes over, it will only be 5. He cannot drop kick to save himself. I don't know who that is. They must not have their regular kicker because that was not a good kick either. That's going to make the score remain at 17 points to 10. For Argentina get themselves a converted try in the last 2 minutes, we go to golden point time. We've seen Samoa win in golden point time. We've also seen them lose. And I believe one of those games that they lost was up against the Argentines. Knocked back by Apilo Maleko. Unisioni now getting some quick stepping going. He had to run backwards there for half a second. Now nice pass from Paul Scanlon. Gives it off to Owen Nui. The outside Tuitama. Scored the 2 tries so far for the Samoans. Now wide cut out pass. Risky business here from the Samoans, but they've got numbers on the outside. Unisioni finds the pass to Apilo Maleko. Tries to pin the ears back. Bumps off 1. Bumps off 2. Apilo Maleko keeps going. And he'll get another try. That should secure the win for Samoa. And they will now be able to go on to the semi-final. And also, discipline Samoa, play smart, let's go, nicely done. Samoa had another try. And also, I don't know, the French are looking, go back to back for the FIFA World Cup. And Ye Maleko says Salanian, but he breaks through 2 tackles, I should say. A nice try, Maleko, says Nate, scoring it. Knew that was the massive moment, just bumping off Graziano. Massive shot put on there. I believe it was actually missed tackle from him, main shots to get through him. Normally takes quite a big effort. Now, Samoa, 22 points to 10. That drop kick is missed. Only 15 seconds left on the clock. There is no way for Argentina to win this game. And now Samoa will be going through to the semi-finals. The next game that has taken place, it will be kicking off in about 12 minutes' time. That is Fiji versus USA. Onwards to the quarters, who's our next opponent, says Selenium. So they will actually be on to the semi-finals, and they will be facing the winner of South Africa versus Great Britain, I believe. The way it works out, Maleko is the best semi-finals, rather. And Maleko Powerhouse just plows through. Samoa, they got one last attacking opportunity, even though they could put this ball into touch and say that that's the end of the game. They look like they want one more. No, now Tuitama kicks it into touch and says, that'll do us, thank you. Samoa win the game, 22 points to 10. Looks more organised than Dubai, says Nate. I think it's just more that they've been more strategic with when they've come all right. Because in the last competition, they chose the wrong time to have their bad game. That was their quarterfinal matchup that they lost badly. Whereas in their group stage, they seem to do very nicely. And I guess you could say this time, because they had that loss to Ireland, that's made them stronger heading into the next matchup. I do see their winners the semi-final. The semi-final fixture will be taking place. It is actually at 2:46 a.m. tomorrow. So they've actually got almost around that 16, 17, 18-hour mark to be able to recover out their Samoa, work out what their game plan's going to be for when they go head-to-head with their next opponent, either South Africa or Great Britain. And England always says revelation. Also, we have good there through that boss, says Nate. And then good job, Manu, says Nate there. Also, I got South Africa. They're tough too. They are indeed. Thanks for the live. Much appreciated, says Sue. No worries at all, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you all back in about 10 minutes' time for our next live stream, Fiji versus USA. I will see you all for the next one.